Melek Molek from a root meaning reign as king or king, but with the vowels abosheth, shame, to denote abhorrence. A deity particularly associated with the Ammonites 1k 11. 5, 7, 33. Possibly the same as Moloch Act 7. 43. Compare Am 5. 26 and Milcom. 1k 11. 5, 33 at Jeremiah 32. 35. Melek is referred to in parallel with Baal, suggesting, if not an identification, at least some connection between the two. Numerous authorities regard Melek as a title rather than the name of a specific deity, and therefore, the thought has been advanced that the designation Melek may have been applied to more than one god. It is generally agreed that the Malcham referred to 2 Samuel 12. 30 and 1 Chronicles 20. 2 is the idol image of the Ammonite god Milcom, or Melek, although the Hebrew term could be rendered their king. Compare KJ. As. Earlier in the biblical account the Ammonite king is referred to by his name, Nun 2 10. 1-4. Hence, it is reasonable to conclude that the name, Nun rather than Melcham would have appeared in the scriptural record if the king rather than the idol were intended. Also, it is thought unlikely that a king would have worn a crown weighing about 34 kilograms 92 pounds t. For the same reason it has been suggested that David placed Malcham's crown on his head only temporarily, perhaps to denote his victory over the false god. According to the reading of the Targum, which has been adopted by numerous translators, the crown had only one precious jewel. This has given rise to the view that it was the precious jewel, rather than the crown itself, that came to be on David's head. Child sacrifice to Melek. God's law to Israel prescribed the death penalty for anyone, even an alien resident, who would give his offspring to Melek. The 22-5 Nonetheless, apostate Israelites, both in the kingdom of Judah and in the 10-tribe kingdom, passed their offspring through the fire. 2 Kai 17. 17, 18. As 23. 4, 36-39. Their passing through the fire to Melek has been regarded by some as signifying a purification ritual by means of which children were devoted or dedicated to Melek. Others understand this to mean actual sacrificing. That the Canaanites and apostate Israelites did sacrifice their children, there can be no question. The 12. 31. PS 106. 37, 38 King Ahaz of Judah proceeded to burn up his son's son, see in the fire. 2 Ch 28. 3 The parallel passage, 2 Kings 16. 3, reads. Even his own son he made pass through the fire. This indicates that passing through the fire is at least sometimes synonymous with sacrificing. Likely, however, the worship of Melek was not always and everywhere the same. For example, King Solomon, under the influence of his foreign wives, built high places to Melek and other deities, but not until the time of Ahaz is mention made of child sacrifice. 1 Kai 11. 7, 8 Undoubtedly, if this abhorrent practice had existed earlier, it would have been denounced along with the other forms of idolatry existing during the reigns of the various kings. For this reason some commentators favor the view that the expression to pass through the fire originally applied to a purification ritual and later came to signify actual sacrifice. The passing to Melek mentioned in the O Textoi Acute Muritra Longo, Molten C 425 The view has been advanced that the Melek to whom children were sacrificed had the form of a man but the head of a bull. The image is said to have been heated red hot and the children cast into its outstretched arms, thus to fall into the flaming furnace below. This conception is largely based on the description of the Carthaginian Kronos or Moloch given by the Greek historian Diodorus Siculus of the 1st century BCE. Diodorus of Sicily, XX, 14, 4-6. Regarding the practice of astrology in connection with worship of Melek, see astrologers. Mole rat heb. Choled. A rodent measuring 15 to 30 centimeters 6 to 12 inches in length. The mole rat Spalaxerantpashi resembles a short-legged, tailless, and neckless cylindrical lump of soft, thick fur, generally a yellowish grey-brown color. The head is recognizable by the furless muzzle and 2 pairs of large protruding teeth. Under the law, the mole rat was unclean for food. Law 11. 29. Although numerous translations render Cho-led as Weasel as, KJ, RS, there is a basis for preferring Molrad. In Arabic, a language related to Hebrew, a very similar word, kuld, means Molrad. Also, choled may be related to a post-biblical Hebrew term signifying dig or hollow out. This would harmonize with the mole rat's characteristic digging. Mole rats live underground and dig subterranean sleeping quarters and large storage chambers. These creatures subsist on vegetable matter, primarily on roots and bulbs. Thus they differ from true moles, which feed on insects and earthworms and are not considered native to Palestine. Molid from a root meaning give birth. Become father to. Ba. A man of Judah and descendant of Hezron through Drameel. Molid was the son of Abishah by his wife Abiel. 1 ch 2. 4, 5, 9, 25-29. Moloch. C. Melech. Molten C. Copper C.